In today's episode, we have Greg, who has wrapped his first car and brought it to Yiannimize. Greg wrapped his car in a nice and clean environment.
So I wrapped the car in my driveway, just in the open.
We got assistance from another professional wrapper.
After watching Nico and Mark, it looked easier having two people, so dragged them along to help.
And also made sure he used the best tools in the business.
£13 hairdryer from Amazon, the trusty expired credit card.
My job is to look over the car and mark any faults with blue tape. The more tape, the lower the score. Find out why they made certain choices for this little car. Are you crazy? And lastly, give it a professional rating out of 10. I'm gonna grade this.
I'm Greg from Swansea. I left this morning at 4 o'clock to bring my Up GTI to show Yianni to get him to rate my wrap. Scared. Oh, the petrol cap's not great.
So we are back for another episode of Rate My Wrap. Today we have this VW Up GTI that belongs to Greg and his mum's here, Penny. First of all, lovely colour. Orange is a great colour, lovely black stripes running down the side, nice OZ wheels, but standing here, everything looks great. Let's get up close and personal.
I've been watching Yianni's videos for years now and bought a new car and wanted to protect the paint. So I wrapped the roof of it, went well, and then thought I'd do the whole car.
It's got all these marks all over the roof. You've got crease there, crease there. Gloss pack is brutal, I'll be honest with you. The whole roof is just an X.
My name is Penny, I'm Greg's mum, and I'm accompanying my son for Yianni to rate our wrap because I was helping.
Well, this wrap is a year and a half old and he wrapped it with his mum. Bubbles, creases, it's quite straight. Well, they've done a relief cut, they've cut it here.
My dad likes to do bits to his cars, just anything you can do yourself really, instead of paying someone else to do it. Shall we go and see how it turns out at the end of the day?
In my opinion, Greg is quite a perfectionist. I had high hopes that he was going to have a little good try at his first wrap.
We've just left a nice big chunk of vinyl on the ends. I've seen all bubbles run down here, all creases in here. How have they managed to do that? They'd have had to cut. And if they've cut on the car, this could have knife marks on it.
99% of the stuff stayed on. The only thing I took off was the rear bumper because I was fitting genuine reversing sensors at the same time.
Okay, the back bumper is quite nice. Oh God, I spoke too soon.
There's no air bubbles, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, look at all the bubbles in there. Because I can see where they tried to push it down because you've got the crease and the bubble. Same thing on this side. See, it's orange all the way and then it goes a bit white and then in that corner it's just full white. That would suggest to me they probably didn't take the door off.
The hardest panels were the ones towards the bottom because Greg had me kneeling on the concrete drive, which was very uncomfortable at times. I had knee pads on. Yeah, the neighbours were giving us some very funny looks when I'm lying on the drive upside down while pulling orange wrap and using a hairdryer, yeah.
Bumpers are always renowned to be very, very difficult. Here, they haven't managed to fold in, so you can see the white. That's a big no-no with my guys. And then under here, you can see the white here where it's cut short. And they haven't managed to tuck it. They haven't probably got a small enough tool to push it underneath the rubber.
Just run us through the tools that you ended up using.
To tuck in like any tight panels, I use the trusty expired credit card because it's nice and thin, the squeegee. A wrapping glove always seems handy. Scalpel and stuff for cutting. Learned on the job and found like if you have got an air bubble, a needle, stick it in, pull it out. If Nico and Mark are watching, then never know, they may start using it. And then my best tool of all is the £13 hairdryer from Amazon. Instead of a heat gun, looking back, there's areas that I've lifted, so obviously it wasn't 90 degrees.
There's no care has been taken here. Literally, they've just laid it down. It's whatever, you know what, I'll just cover it over. White is a very difficult car to wrap. Wrapping a black car, you can hide so much more. Let me see the handle. So they have taken the handles off, but you've got creases and stuff. It's very difficult. But I could go a lot more in on this car. It's got bubbles in here, it's got stretch, it's got a line running across.
I wasn't sure how much vinyl to buy, so I went around with a tape measure by hand. So I decided on buying 23 metres. I think I've got about half of it left.
Where they messed up badly on that side, this side is better, but then have they run out of vinyl and they think, you know, I'm not going to rewrap the wing, that's the best I can get it?
Luckily I didn't have to rewrap any panels. I wouldn't say they were perfect, but they all went down all right.
It's not good. There are like little bubbles there. I don't know how they've cleaned this car. I don't know if they use a clay bar. I don't know how much knowledge they've got.
I wrapped the car in my driveway, just in the open. Many times it started raining while I was mid-panel. Even if it was windy or the worst conditions, I just get out there and try and get one more panel done.
The wind was blowing small particles up underneath the wrap as we were trying to pull it. That was very, very challenging at times.
It's not easy to wrap a car. It's just, there's so many things wrong with this car. If I'm standing here and I haven't put that blue tape on it, it looks really nice. But the minute you get up close and personal with it, you can really see the errors on this car. When people wrap their car by themselves, what are the cut marks going to be like underneath? Back in the day, a company wrapped a Porsche and one of their fitters cut the roof, and I think it didn't get spotted till a long time afterwards. All the water got in there, it had really rusted and corroded, and the car went to Porsche and they were like, we've got to write the car off. It's just too bad and it can't be repaired now. So you have to be really, really careful, because it's all good and well going and get your car wrapped initially, but then 6 months down the line, a year down the line, 2 years down the line, if they've got cut marks everywhere, they've damaged the car and they haven't put the car back together, or lights have fallen out and stuff, it can really come back. Do your research and do your homework. So it's time to rate this wrap. I'm going to take into account the wrap is 1.5 years old. It's a mother and son who have never wrapped before, and the fact the car is white underneath, so it's very difficult to hide everything.
So I rate my wrap about a 6.3, 6.4 out of 10, simply based on the fact I think the panels on the outside are pretty good, to be fair. It's just the finishing is the same thing. It's hard to finish it well without experience or going on courses. So I think that's what's going to let me down.
So if this was a Yiannimize wrap, how many panels would I remove? All of them, just because you can't save it. Where they've cut things short and stuff, you're gonna have to put patches everywhere, which I wouldn't allow.
And also the post heating, using a £13 hairdryer is not ideal. There is areas that have lifted, which Yianni will obviously pick up. But yeah, 6.3 I'll be happy with.
The worst thing about this car, I would say, is all the white on show, absolutely everywhere. They haven't managed to work out how to hide it all, or they could have just run patches and hidden it all. Okay, you're not wrappers, so I wouldn't allow it Yiannimize, but you could have hidden a lot of the whites. The best thing I would say is the color, the stripes down the side, and the nice little touches like the red. I would think this car was wrapped inside based on the fact that there's not loads of bubbles over the car. Yeah, there's a few imperfections everywhere, but I don't think the car was cleaned and prepped properly. Cleaning the car is more important than applying the wrap at the start, because whatever is on that bonnet, the vinyl will show it through. So I've seen cars that are wrapped by a company and it looks like this.
I would rate Gregg's wrap 7 out of 10. I think Yianni will rate Gregg's wrap 6 out of 10.
I want Yianni to rate my wrap honestly. I think he'll score it about a 5.7.
Guys, if you're looking to improve your wrapping skills, we've teamed up with our friends Avery Dennison exclusively for Rate My Wrap. They're offering a 10% discount on all their training courses, which is being launched on their brand new platform, AD Wrap Center. Here you can learn PPF, color change, digital print, and window tinting, as well as booking training courses and connecting with Avery Dennison experts. Click the link in the description and use the code Yianni at checkout to claim your discount today.
How do you think the car was before you came here?
I thought it was all right, first try. I think, well, looking at the tape, it's not looking great, but I thought panel-wise, I thought the outside was all right.
Okay.
Decent, like, not, obviously the finish I know is rubbish. But.
Finish is always the hardest part. So this is the first car you two have wrapped together, yeah? Did you wrap the full car together?
Yes.
Yeah, done the roof on that.
Okay.
And then thought, shall we go with
The
full
roof
car?
was probably one of the worst things.
It was the first thing, yeah.
It was the worst thing as well. So that was the first thing you wrapped on this car. Okay,
Yeah.
it showed. The gloss black is terrible. The gloss black, if we go to the gloss black,
Yeah.
you can see it's got so much orange peel, it's pitted everywhere, and you see where it's
Yeah.
marked from like rain and stuff like that. That is because of the vinyl, that's the quality of the vinyl.
Yeah.
When you've done the roof, yeah, obviously you got creases here, creases there, and then when I looked, I just saw stretch and I was like, I just got to put an X on it. That's just like a fail. I'll give you credit with something. When you wrap a white car, it's the hardest thing to hide because white shows. If it was a black car, this would have obviously been a lot easier, and I wouldn't have found so many things. There's white shown absolutely everywhere. What side of the car did you wrap first?
Yeah, it would have been this side.
That
It
way
was
round.
it was in my driveway, so the other side's got grass.
You wrapped it outside?
Yeah.
Fully outside, yeah.
Really? Okay, so we've had a guy before wrap a car and he wrapped it outside and his was a lot worse than this. Did we use a hairdryer?
We did.
Yeah.
We didn't have a heat gun.
We used the hairdryer. So we've got no idea what temperature we're heating to. We just...
Yeah, I know it's 90 degrees,
Okay, so explain to me, how do you know it's 90 degrees?
just by watching your videos.
No, but how do you know when you're heating it, how do you know it's 90 degrees?
I
Well, we
don't,
didn't.
but at the time I didn't want to spend a fortune on buying stuff and then it not work.
Okay, no, that's fair enough. So just so I get this straight, because we're going to walk around the car, this side here, this wing, did you wrap this wing first?
Probably, yeah, they're on this side, yeah.
Okay, so this wing, okay, the white showing and stuff like that, yeah? It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah?
Yeah.
Talk to me about this side. What happened over here? What's going on? What's this? What's this patch?
I cut that short and then it was too late.
Did you run out of vinyl?
No, I got 23 metres of vinyl.
So why wouldn't you strip this and redo it again?
It took me 2 months as it is.
It took you 2 months.
2 months, yeah. So Don't even want to spend any more time on it.
So how many meters did you order for this car?
23 metres, I've still got about
23 meters for this little car. Are you crazy? This should have been, this is probably 13 meters.
Oh, that's probably what I used, yeah. 'Cause I didn't...
And I know it took you 2 months, yeah, but why wouldn't you then do that inside the doors and stuff?
Because no one sees it.
No one sees it, no? So when you get in and out the car,
Yeah, but outside, they don't see the inside, do you mean?
do you? I'll be honest, I can see so much white, I can see inside and outside on this car, let's be straight. That's quite a nice touch. That was a nice, I like the red touch and I like the gloss black down the side. Do you just do that freehand? You didn't do that on a plotter?
No, I done it
Just
freehand,
cutting tape?
yeah.
Really good. I can see a little bit of imperfection in the middle, but
Yeah.
I'll be honest, that was quite good. I actually thought that was good. I like the light, I like the red lights and I like that. Petrol cap?
Oh,
That's the worst bet.
So Mum, what did you do?
I held it.
She's
So
held...
you were the hands?
I did the
So you were the
hairdryer.
hands, the food, and the hairdryer.
Correct.
Just out of curiosity, you know when you're doing the coal, you're doing this and then doing this and then doing this and doing this. Like,
I'm a hairdresser by trade.
Are you a hairdresser by trade? I love that, I love that. Did you lay anything or were you just hands fully? So really, you wrapped the car.
Essentially, yeah, but it would have been so
Mum's
much
not to
harder.
blame. So Mum, you're okay, you're
I'm
clear.
fine.
You're clear, you know what I mean?
I'm
and,
not there.
and I'll be honest, there's not that many bubbles. When I've looked around, okay, the bonnet's a bit bad. Yeah,
That was
but
the first panel
there's
after the roof.
You can't say that's the first panel after the roof, so it's the second panel then.
The first panel of the orange.
This bumper, that was the first panel after the roof and after the front bumper, after the bonnet, yeah? What happened on the rear bumper?
We took that off.
Did you?
Yeah.
What, you thought you just add the bubbles afterwards?
Oh, that's where it's lifted over
No, is it? I'm glad he's here that he told me that. How many times did you wrap the bonnet?
once.
Just once, yeah? Look. Obviously that's the stone chips, I'll let you get away with that. So let me ask you this, when you were laying it down and you were lifting it back up, yeah, was you heating it again before you put it back down?
Not at the start, and I learned that as I go up and on.
So what's that for? Tell me that's not something you used on the car.
Simply for this. For trying to get under your...
Remember, I said it in the video, I said they obviously didn't have a tool.
I didn't want to take it all
used
apart.
your card.
I didn't use that.
What's that for the glue? What's that? What's that to glue it in to try and keep it down?
I got told by someone, if you have a bubble,
Yeah.
to stick it in the corner and pull it out while you push the vinyl down.
Okay. Really? Pierce the hole and then pull it out.
And then, yeah, so push all the vinyl into one area, put the needle one side and push all the air out.
No.
I know it's probably not great, but...
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Overall, I don't think it's that bad. You worked with your mum and used a hairdryer to heat it down. I'm really shocked that there's not more bubbles on this car based on the fact of the hairdryer. So you obviously went to town with the heat and were you using your glove and finger to really
Yeah.
and when it was getting like a bit hot, you were like, okay, cool, that's enough.
Yeah, I was using spray and water under the glove so it like slides better.
Okay. You've seen Nico Mark do that, haven't you?
Yeah.
But you see him do it with chrome.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, with chrome. That's a chrome thing to do. So
No.
It's a chrome thing. Listen, it's
Totally
cool
understand.
that you've seen and you've watched the video and you've tried to learn and understand. But listen, overall it's okay, but I think it's time to rate your wrap. Up GTI, wrapped in orange, KPMF vinyl. The car was white underneath, so it left everything exposed. Knowing now that obviously your mum was only hands and obviously the hairdryer versus you doing all the work, I think it puts more on yourself.
Yeah, fair enough.
But taking everything into account, especially the fact this was wrapped outside as well, I'm gonna grade this at a 5.
That puts Greg and his Up GTI in first position, scoring a 5.
Out of 10. You think that's harsh? I think it's fair. I know obviously it was the first time you wrapped it, but I think halfway I think it's quite good. If this was going to a customer, like this would never leave Yiannimize. And I did say on camera earlier that I would strip every single panel if it was wrapped here.
Yeah.
And if I valued the price of this wrap, so if a customer, if you went to someone and they wrap your car like this, I'd value this at around £700 or £800. So I don't think, if you paid £700 or £800 for this wrap, I don't think you could complain. And I did also say that I've seen full-blown wrap companies wrap to this level. So it's actually not as bad as the score says.
Yeah.
But I have to be fair and I have to be honest. So it is a 5. But thank you so much for coming down. I know you guys travelled down from Swansea. It's been a real pleasure meeting you guys.
Sorry.
You're lovely, lovely people. And yeah, and stay tuned for the next Rate My Wrap.
Next time on Rate My Wrap.
Yianni, you're making videos about that kid who wrapped his Corsa. What the hell is that, mate?
Do you enjoy being a troll online?
Yeah, when you do raps out crap. Look at the state of that.
We send it alright, I got 1,000 followers out of it.
When you put your name on that, come on, bro.
When you put this video up, it was never going to end well for you, mate. Never going to end well for you, mate. Let's show him who we are. He can't talk to us. Look at that.
What's this join, Yianni?